There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Try not to become a man of success. Rather become a man of value. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. Never memorize something that you can look up. Creativity is intelligence having fun. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. It would be possible to describe everything scientifically, but it would make no sense, it would be without meaning, as if you described a Beethoven symphony as a variation of wave pressure. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I or are the others crazy? Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Logic will get you from A to Z, imagination will get you everywhere. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. Everything must be made as simple as possible. But not simpler. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. Love is a better master than duty. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. Please.
Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. It is this simplicity that makes the uneducated more effective than the educated when addressing popular audiences, makes them, as the poets tell us, charm the crowd's ears more finely. Educated men lay down broad general principles, uneducated men argue from common knowledge and draw obvious conclusions. All who have meditated on the art of governing mankind have been convinced that the fate of empires depends on the education of youth. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Education is the best provision for old age. The best way to teach morality is to make it a habit with children. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching. Wit is educated insolence. All men by nature desire knowledge. The habits we form from childhood make no small difference, but rather they make all the difference. We acquire a particular quality by acting in a particular way. Our youth should also be educated with music and physical education. Education and morals will be found almost the whole that goes to make a good man. To learn is a natural pleasure, not confined to philosophers, but common to all men. Anything that we have to learn to do, we learn by the actual doing of it. People become builders by building and instrumentalists by playing instruments. Similarly, we become just by performing just acts, temperate by performing temperate ones, brave by performing brave ones. It is evident, then, that there is a sort of education in which parents should train their sons, not as being useful or necessary, but because it is liberal or noble. Education begins at the level of the learner. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. The mathematical sciences particularly exhibit order, symmetry, and limitations, and these are the greatest forms of the beautiful. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Life in accordance with intellect is best and pleasantest, since this, more than anything else, constitutes humanity. Wise men speak when they have something to say. Fools speak because they have to say something.
Please
Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth isn't. The funniest things are forbidden. There are no people who are quite so vulgar as the over-refined. When you fish for love, bait with your heart, not your brain. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Never argue with stupid people, they will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Don't wake up a woman in love. Let her dream, so that she does not weep when she returns to her bitter reality. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. Of all the animals, man is the only one that is cruel. He is the only one that inflicts pain for the pleasure of doing it. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you are misinformed. You can't reason with your heart, it has its own laws, and thumps about things which the intellect scorns. The only very marked difference between the average civilized man and the average savage is that the one is gilded and the other is painted. The secret of success is making your vocation your vacation. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. Truth is the most valuable thing we have. Let us economize it. Never put off till tomorrow what may be done day after tomorrow just as well. When we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. What would men be without women? Scarce, sir, mighty scarce. No real gentleman will tell the naked truth in the presence of ladies. Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life. A clear conscience is the sure sign of a bad memory. Wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time.
please subscribe my channel.
It is easier to find men who will volunteer to die than to find those who are willing to endure pain with patience. I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Experience is the teacher of all things. What we wish, we readily believe, and what we ourselves think, we imagine others think also. I have lived long enough both in years and in accomplishments. I have always reckoned the dignity of the Republic of first importance and preferable to life. It is better to create than to learn. Creating is the essence of life. No one is so brave that he is not disturbed by something unexpected. Men willingly believe what they wish. I am prepared to resort to anything, to submit to anything, for the sake of the Commonwealth. Men freely believe that which they desire. Men at some time are masters of their fates. I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Men in general are quick to believe that which they wish to be true. Fortune, which has a great deal of power in other matters, but especially in war, can bring about great changes in a situation through very slight forces.
Please subscribe my channel.